Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and join me here once again for Transport Fever 2, our early rail series. A short set of videos looking at a new series of mods coming from a relatively famous, I suppose, Transport Fever 2 modder by the name of Steve M4, who's handed me this beta set of his mods to have a look at and just show off and hopefully make sure that everything is perfect when they're released and ready for you to use. We are currently in 1810. I'm going to pause the game here because when we turned into 1810, we are looking at the very earliest days of railway engineering, certainly in the UK. I'm not sure, honestly, if any of his models are from elsewhere in the world. We may have to ask him that. Yeah, another obvious question that I've not bothered to ask. And yet the simple things just escape me. Anyway, yes, we've got a new set of rails and a new set of wagons and a new set of... well, I don't think we've got a new locomotive. We might have done in 1810. And I don't want to run too far into the distance, into the future, if we get a new set, because we need to play with these new options that we've got. Actually, we did get, if we go to our depot, where's our depot around here? It's over here, isn't it? That's it. So if we look at this, we buy our vehicles, we're looking at steam locomotives. We got the, yes, you turned up in 1803. It was the wagons that turned up in 1810. That's it, the iron tramway wagons. These have, I assume they have iron wheels, because these wooden ones have wooden wheels. So that's the main difference between the two of them. And we've got these mini tramway wagons. Actually, I think we had those to start with. I'm losing track. One neat little thing though, since the last video, Steve has fixed some of the UI issues that we had. We got some very odd notifications, and some of the labelling of these options was a little bit awry. That's all been fixed, so everything is looking perfect now. But one of the main things we had come 1810 was the new passenger coaches. They're all bundled into the tramway wagons here. They've got the same heading as the as you see there, as the cargo ones, but they are separated out obviously as passenger wagons. So the open coach and the passenger coach, the tramway coach. We've also got a new rail, which we'll look at in a moment. Now, seeing as we've got passengers, what I want to do in this episode is start moving towards a passenger connection. And looking at this, I think, considering the towns I've got on the map and what I'm developing, getting passenger connection here between King's Oak and Century Falls might be the simplest thing to do. We could do Devil's End, but it's a long way from there to anywhere else in terms of passenger transportation. Now, if we want to get good passenger numbers between Century Falls and King's Oak, I'm going to need to put in some cargo delivery to King's Oak as well, which is kind of handy, seeing as we've got fuel here, which is demanded. So the first thing I'm going to do is, yes, we've got spare capacity on this little platform here in this station, so we're going to take that station and link it up to a new station here in King's Oak. Let's see then what we can do. Is this going to be a through station or not? No, we'll make it a terminus, I think. We'll make it a terminus. Yeah, so this was the new track I think we got, is the fish belly rail. I assume that's iron built as opposed to wooden tramways, which are the ones we've been using so far. So anyway, we need a cargo station. Make sure I get the right one, not passengers. And we make it again fairly short. Right, so that's where the fuel demand is. I could actually, can I connect it? Oh, I can connect it there, but okay, you don't connect all the demand. Okay, we'll put you, can I put you up here for somewhere cheap? Oh, that's very cheap. We'll put it there, I think. Yeah, so that's where we'll put our new station. That covers all the fuel requirements. So we'll configure this, and we will get rid of the standard track. I've also put in another sort of asset mod to the game, which is the early cargo buildings Oh dear, I will annotate this video. I can't off the top of my head remember who created this mod. I think it might have been Grim, possibly, but it's in my Steam collection, a link to which is in the description below. And as I said, I will annotate the video just so you can be certain, so you can see it while I'm actually in the video. You don't have to go linking anywhere else. Anyway, we're getting rid of this old nasty vanilla track. There you go, there you go. And we're going to put in some of this nice fish belly track. Now I understand actually that they all come with catenaries because that's a feature of the game itself. It's a limitation. Apparently every modder who creates a new track, the game automatically makes a catenary version of it. It'd be nice if there was an option. The Urban Games gave our developers, our modders, the option to put in a do not put catenary on this flag. Okay, so that is what fish belly track looks like, is it? Looks very cool, very iron. Yes, very good. And we're going to need to connect that to here. And are you fish belly track? No, you're the old wooden track still, aren't you? So we just need to configure you. Get rid of the wooden tramway, the wooden wagonway track. Put the fish belly in there, and I will now draw some fish belly track, yeah, without catenary. So that's it, our track has now been built using our latest fish belly track. We may need more than one train on this. It is a fair distance and they do still go quite slowly, although the maximum speed for these tracks is, that's the wrong choice, that's the correct choice, is 34 miles an hour. Is it miles an hour? I think it is. I'm sure I do set my game to work in miles per hour as opposed to kilometre per hour because that's what I do. I'm not sure our trains go that fast yet, but yeah, the track is nearly ready. One thing I noticed, and I can't honestly remember, when I was building this level crossing, I had a choice here of unmarked or marked crossing, a simple crossing. So that's a simple one, and obviously that's unmarked. And I can't remember if that's built into the game or not. We may get clarification of that. I'll check and let you know in an annotation to the video. Anyway, we need to connect that new track to our depot, so let's do that. We'll use our fish track here. So this is going to be combining our new tramway, the wooden tramway, as opposed to the wagonway, with fish belly track. So can I do that? And how naff will it look? That works quite well, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Can I double slip you? I can. So yeah, we are mixing two types of track there, I think. Yeah, the wooden wagonway here on the left and the fish belly on the right, and they do cross over, creating this rather spectacular iron crossing there. Fabulous. Anyway, right, so we should now be able to create a line and add a train or two to it. So we're going to have a line going from there, Century Falls Petro Plant, up to King's Oak, King's Hocolt, we'll call it that. That's fine, I'm okay with that. But we'll change the name to King's Oak Fuel Bulk, and we'll put a train on there. Now we're still in 18, it's not 19, it's 18, 1810, we're still in 1810, so we've still got the one locomotive, which is, actually no, shall we wait? We've only got a few days to go until it's 1811. Shall we see if there's anything new turning up? So we're heading rapidly through November into December. Are we going to get something new and awesome in 1811? No, is a short answer. There you go. So we're still looking at the Trevithick as our locomotive, and you see at 10 miles an hour. And our cargo, which one shall we use? The mini tramway or the iron tramway? Oh, you go faster. But then again, that's more than double the speed of our locomotive, so that's a waste of money, I think, putting such expensive vehicles on. Now each of you carries We're carrying fuel, aren't we? You carry everything. So you carry 4. You carry 8. Yeah, we'll take a few of you. 24 capacity, that's more than enough, I think. And we will add you to King's Own fuel bulk. And away you go. I mean, it is a lovely looking locomotive. Yeah, there's going to be nothing waiting for you here yet. We've got our other trains to come in first. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to fast forward a bit until we get some extra developments in around King's Oak. Once we've got some delivery there, and then we'll create ourselves a new passenger route. Oh, I'm running out of money. I wasn't paying attention to how expensive all this kit was. I'm sure I'll get money back soon. Yeah, so I'll fast forward until we get some more money and we can create a passenger route to come here into King's Oak from Century Falls. Well, that is going to be quite expensive, isn't it? Right, I'll see you in a second. And here we are, we're rapidly approaching the end of 1812, with or without an overture, I'm not entirely certain. And things have kind of changed. I'm going to pause here for a moment because there's a few things I need to admit to you. I've been spending money. Yeah, we've added 2 trains now. Well, no, we've added 1 train, so we've now got 2 on this route taking refined fuel from the refinery to the petrochemical plant here, turning that into fuel. So that's cost me nearly $500,000, 400 and something thousand. I keep forgetting how expensive some of these little old trains are. Yeah, but it did mean I had to put some extra track on here just so I had a passing place in there. We've also got our very first delivery of fuel en route now up to King's Oak. It's taken a while, 2 years to get up there. But then I'm running the game at a fairly fast speed in terms of the date turnover. And also, yeah, I do have to admit that I did stop the recording and have come back to it at a later date. And in the meantime, Steve's been busy. He certainly has. He's fixed a couple of little things that I noticed, off camera as it were. And he's also added in some exciting new features. But first off, let's carry on running to get into 1813. Very nearly there. We've got a brand new locomotive which goes at 13 miles an hour. Ooh, and some new tramway wagons. Ooh. Anything else? Nope, that's just it. Okay, so we've got a new locomotive. Well, yes, we have. But in fact, if I go to buy vehicles here, we've actually got 2. He has added to the Trevithick type a version, which is the London type, which he describes as a freelance design based off a show locomotive made by Trevithick in 1808 to run around a loop of track in London, which is why it's so fast. 20 whole miles an hour compared to the 10 for the basic Trevithick or 13 for this brand new Puffing Billy. Yeah, the thing though is if you compare the power, 14 kilowatts, tractive effort 2.2 kilonewtons, I think that's the correct correct measure, isn't it? Yeah, so compare that to the standard Trevithick. This show loco goes faster and has only 7.5 kilowatts and 1.1 kilonewtons of tractive effort. So it's not going to be dragging a great deal around the track. So I'm not sure if we'll use that. I think we should, though, shouldn't we? We should put it on somewhere for some reason or other. Maybe to send that that fuel into Century Falls, replacing these trucks. Well, they're not actually trucks, are they? They are little horse-drawn wagons. Anyway, no, we're not here to talk about the trucks. What we're going to do here, I think, is... I've only got 484 left. Okay, we're going to... Because we've got an actual colliery here. Colliery? Yeah, a mine, a coal mine here. which has a train running on it. Robbie, the coal train, obviously. We're going to replace you with the Puffing Billy. So how's that going to work out? So we manage this vehicle. It's quite profitable. Yep, that's good. So if we replace you, so you're a standard Trevithick, 10, 14, 2, 2, and replace you with a Puffing Billy, 13, 15, 4, 4. Oh yes. Now, oddly enough, despite being the third locomotive we see in this list, it is here described as the oldest steam loco. Does that mean these weren't steam locomotives? I don't know. How else would the locomotives work? I might have to check that. I'm confused now because I thought these were steam locomotives. Well, they are in the game. They're not horses. Replace the Trevithick with a Puffing Billy. That's only going to cost me 14 grand, so we can do that. And let's have a look, see what it looks like. Ooh, two-man operation. Which, okay, again, another admittance here. I have spoken to Steve, well, messaged Steve about these trains. And one of those guys is the driver, and one is the fireman. Because the coal apparently is put in. I'm going to have to get closer to it, aren't I? So let's pause this for a second and let's get ourselves into camera mode. So I can get myself a bit closer to it. There you go. Get you out of the way. Yeah, so round here. I mean, look at the detail on this. This is lovely. So yeah, we have got the panel there for feeding coal into the engine. So you are presumably the fireman, and you are driving backwards. Is that a bit like one of those Spectrum vehicles from Captain Scarlet? Where obviously he hasn't got a CCTV system, might have a mirror? I don't know. Interesting. That is the Puffing Billy. And oh, I can't click on that because I'm in camera mode. Oh, never mind. Right, so we'll get out of that, and then we can click on you and follow you. Oh, you do sound good. I like you. So that's the Puffing Billy. We might as well have a look at Trevithick. I was planning to put in a passenger line here from Century Falls to King's Oak, which looks like a bit of an ask, I think, for this length of this distance, really. Perhaps if we could put the Trevithick... No, I don't want to put the Trevithick, the London Trevithick in there. What we could do, perhaps, is replace these with those Trevithicks. Oh, let's try that then. So if we manage all these vehicles, we'll edit those. And we'll replace the standard Trevithick with the London type. So add you to that, and add you to that. Oh, I'm saving a lot of money, but then I have only just bought one of these. So yeah, obviously the standard Trevithick is a good deal cheaper than the London is a good deal cheaper than the standard Trevithick. Did we have any new wagons? We got these new tramway wagons. They're going at 15. Again, they just carry 8 like the mini wagonway ones. Presumably these have iron wheels. So this is the difference between the wagonway and the tramway, isn't it really? They're designed to work on wooden track as opposed to iron track. That'll be the distinction there, I guess. So you carry 15, 8, and you weigh 1 ton. You're much the same. They are pretty much the same. Yeah. Can I replace you then with these these proper tramway wagons, like so? Okay, that's going to cost me 43,000 to replace those old wagons. Let's do that. Let's do that. So what do you look like then? Oh, I love that, whatever that is. Yeah, my ignorance of this whole technology is available here for everyone to see. the locomotive mechanics of it are quite incredible. That is the one thing about steam locomotives, which is why I do quite enjoy going to some of these old-fashioned steam loco fairs, or just steam fairs generally, is the mechanics of the thing, the ingenuity and the science, the engineering that actually made them work is so impressive. And because it's more or less visible, isn't it, which you don't get in your average diesel or electric locomotive unit. That is so cool. So that's the London type Trevithick. Okay, we're going to roll on then. I need to earn some more money to get my passenger wagons, my passenger line running. So I'm going to roll forward again and we'll come back to you when we get some more trains to play with. Again, I'll be back with you on the other side of a sexy video effect. Okay, I've made another quick change. We didn't get any new locomotives in 1814, so we've moved forward to the end of 1814. So we should see something new in 1815. I have made, as I say, one change in that I've replaced the old standard Trevithick with this new Puffing Billy for the fuel up to King's Oak, because the old Trevithick was just so slow, only 10 miles an hour maximum. The Puffing Billy is a little bit faster and is reasonably powerful, similarly powerful, so I think it should be able to handle that amount of traffic. Ooh, we've got the Killingworths, 15 whole miles an hour. We've got a new loco to play with. Can we put that then on a route for passengers? I think it's about time we have passengers. I think promise you passengers, so let's have a look. So the Trevithick, we've got 10 at 14. We've got the Puffing Billy, 13 at 15 kilowatts, and 15 at 14 for the new Killingworth, 3.8. That's, yeah, reasonably powerful. We're going to have quite a few variants of the Killingworth by the look of it. And this first one, I think that'll do for passengers. Do I need to take out another loan to get passengers running? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Now, what I'm thinking is, ideally, the passengers would run up there. That'd be the quickest, fastest, most efficient route. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save money and run some track along here and utilise this existing network, this existing rail, to get passengers up there at a slightly lesser cost. It'll make them less profitable because they're taking longer to get there than they should, but that's what we're going to do. So I'll just bear with me a second and I will put in a new station and we will create some track to connect up to King's Oak from Century Falls. Right, so that is a very ropey bit of station building and track laying, for which I really should apologise, but you may have noticed that I put in some new style platforms in here. I've added in a platform mod from Mad Hatter, which gives us a wooden texture, and also this lovely little slope which we often see on the end of our platforms, which offers the wooden option, which is here in Century Falls and also in King's Oak, a concrete version, which looks very bright indeed. Did we have concrete platforms in 1815? I honestly don't know, but that's the option we've got there. And yeah, and that is available for both passenger and cargo platforms on that mod. And again, a reminder, all my mods are in the collection on Steam, a link to which is in the description below. But let's create our new line from Century Falls North up to King's Oak West, and it likes it, and it's double tracking appropriately by the look of it. That is splendid. We will call this the King's Century Line. That's a good name, isn't it? And bright blue? Why not bright blue? Yeah, we'll do that. And can we afford a oh, we need to, can our train get on there? Very good question. We may need to put some extra track in here then. From there, I think. So if we can we do that? Okay, it's another £4,000. We'll make it very slow then. There you go. We're going to use the new Killingworth, so we'll take one of you. And passenger wagons. We have got the open coach, very much third class, and the passenger coach, which is covered and lovely. So if I put one of you on. Wow, you guys get expensive, and one of you on. I can't afford that. Oh no. I'm sure we will make money at some point. Perhaps I should have started this series with the no cost mod enabled. It would have been a whole lot easier and cheaper. Actually, let's put on, can we afford then another of these open coaches? No, we'll leave it like that. That's just 12 people at the moment. The open coach carries 8, and the passenger coach carries only 4. But is much more luxurious. I'll buy you, and I can put you on the King's Century line, and it's happy to do it. So let's have a look then at our exciting new Killingworth passenger service. Lovely. Very nice indeed. Look, they've got seats and everything in this open coach. Oh, that is so comfortable. Yeah, they can do that. That's not a problem. Excellent job. So, we will fast forward a bit more until the end of this year, and hopefully see some passengers in transit. I'll see you on the other side once again of a sexy video effect. Oh, it seems people are still poor in Century Falls, so we're carrying 3 whole passengers behind our Killingworth locomotive, our brand new, our latest model loco. So 3 people travelling in the open coach all the way up to King's Oak, and we're about to come across our returning King's Oak fuel bulk service. Wow, slowly coming to meet, very, very slowly indeed. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh, and you've missed it! Excellent! That's the beauty of having 2 tracks. You don't have to crash into each other. As the Puffing Billy sets forth back to the Century Falls petrochemical, whatever its plant it is, delivering fuel to the masses. So we're coming up to the end, well, towards the end of 1816. So will we get a new locomotive in 1817? That's the view from behind the locomotive. Looking good. Passengers are enjoying it. Lovely. So many people are excited by this new mode of transport. £7,500. Okay, not yet. Oh! There are posh people on this service. Oh, I say. 4 people. Only one person can't afford the luxury ticket. That's such a shame. Oh, we've got a new 1817 Killingworth to play with. So what does that one look like? We're not going to deploy it in this episode. We'll come back to that in the next episode. So our steam locomotives, our Killingworth. We have the 1815 rather, which is that. And oh, it's more powerful. Yes, it's a little bit slower, but that much more powerful. Right, that could be good for our freight distribution, actually, because nobody wants to travel more than 15 miles an hour, do they? No. We're going to follow you, and I will say thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Transport Fever 2, the early rail series. See, so busy now with these rail lines. If you've enjoyed this, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbs uppy button. That would be fabulous. Other than that, of course, if you feel like saying something about what's going on here, if you've got any questions about these mods, which I can check with Steve, or Steve might indeed reply himself in the comments below. Anything you feel like asking, or if you feel like naming something, if you feel like naming a train, who doesn't want a train named with something suitable? Then please do, just drop a note into the comments box below. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And that way, you'll be amongst the first to know when we see more of these fabulous early rail vehicles. Coming soon to a Transport Fever 2 workshop near you. Anyway, that's it from me, Ajaxpost. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.